Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some new cards coming out in Dimension Force. We've got new archetypes coming out into the game that they basically gave us a sneak peek on. We got new news on Master Duel in today's video too, which is awesome. And check out this new archetype. It's going to be divine, it looks like. And this actually looks like a fusion between multiple different like boss and powerful monsters combined. Maybe as an archetype, this is going to be insane. It almost looks like Trag in the back with the legs. This is going to be some super boss monster. But anyways, we got new cards coming in Dimension Force, so let's go ahead and kick it off with one of the newer cards, Amphibious Bergoth MK11. So this is going to be a new level 5 water machine effect monster, and it's got 1850 attack, 1500 defense points, and it's a level 5, and it says you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. The first part of the effect is if Umi is not on the field, this card gains 700 attack, but it cannot attack directly. The second part is if Umi is on the field, you can target one face-up non-water monster and destroy that monster. That's actually a pretty good effect. I mean, Umi does reduce the levels as well, so that can kind of help out. And definitely an interesting card. I mean, just being able to pop. If this was a quick effect, then this card would actually be pretty good. Next up, though, we got more new cards. This is Cross Exclusion, and I've seen a lot of people talk about this card. So this is a counter trap card, and it looks like, yeah, it is X Sabers too. Maybe, yo, when are we gonna get new X Saber support? Drop a like on this if you guys want to see X Saber support kind of into the future. But anyways, this says when your opponent activates a monster effect from the hand, negate that activation. Then, if your opponent has any cards in their hand, your opponent discards one card of their choice. I don't know how I feel about this because I've seen people talk about this card already because I follow lots of Yu-Gi-Oh groups. Some people were saying this card is OP, other people are saying this card is garbage. I mean, it's very mixed feelings about this. Obviously, it's a trap, it's slower. If you could activate this from the hand, then it'd actually be good. But the problem is that you're using an anti-hand trap that you have to set. It's just too slow. Going second with this, you've lost out on the ability to really be reactive with it. Now, it does have the benefit of making your opponent maybe going -1. However, the way I see this is your opponent can just discard a card that they're going to be benefiting of having in the graveyard because they get to choose. If it was your opponent then discards one random card, or you get to see their hand and you make them discard the card, then yes, this card would be absolutely amazing. So I don't think this card is absolutely OP. Do I think it's super trash? Not really. It has some sort of niche kind of use, maybe for decks that really want to utilize counter traps, but counter fairies haven't been relevant in quite some time. So I don't think that it's going to be like meta, but it could be a side deck card that some people could consider. But those are my thoughts on it. Definitely let me know your thoughts because people are on both sides of the fence with this card. I just think it's like, it's meh. It's really not going to be super popular. Okay, next up, I want to talk about this new Master Duel announcement. Plus, they are going to be making some next big announcement for deck construction. This is going to be huge because this is going to be determining kind of the whole business model potentially if they do show off the crafting on the deck construction. And they're going to be announcing that on the 8th, but I'm going to give you guys a too long didn't watch variant of this. So if you guys do want to go ahead and see that, make sure you guys subscribe with the bell notification on the 8th. I'll cover that. But let's go ahead and cover the new solo mode. Basically, it's nothing new that we haven't seen before. I've already talked about how there's going to be different modes in the game, and obviously there's going to be modes for people that are beginners to get up to par with actually playing the game. So they show off that they will show off different archetypes, and you're going to have basically a really good tutorial that they show off. So you have like a scenario of like when the archetype is going to be getting its most potential like value for some of its play styles, and you're going to see the practice, and then you can duel with it. There's nothing too special about this, honestly. This video was almost what I consider unnecessary because they covered it in the Japanese OCG live stream, but it's in English now. Nothing really too special for any player that has actually played Yu-Gi-Oh before. Now, this is actually pretty big news over here. I know the thing is kind of blocking it, but it says we can confirm that Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel. I would normally play these videos, but Konami likes to copyright strike people if they play them. But basically what they say is that Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel is going to be confirmed that it is a cross-platform experience. So this means that you can take your progress in, like, let's say if you're playing like the mobile version, or if you're playing on the Nintendo Switch, or you're playing on the PC, you can change your progress over and transfer it over from these different platforms. So that's really good because I know some of us like to play on the go or whatever the case may be. I know I might play it on the Switch as well. This is going to be pretty cool to be able to just transfer accounts basically. Like you could, technically with Duel Links, you could do that as well. I think that was a really awesome thing, but that is actually like the biggest news really with this. And if you guys are wondering what is coming out on, it's on PS4, PS5, Xbox, Nintendo Switch. It's basically on everything. I mean, heck, to be honest, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel could run on like Xbox 360 see in like the previous gens. Not that it really matters too much, but yeah, it's going to be available in the App Store, Google Play Store. So it's basically on everything, even on Steam, which I actually prefer versus like downloading some other third-party application. Now, we're going to be hopping into Tactical Masters. This is the first pictures of each theme. So they're basically giving us a sneak peek at what's to come. So the first one is going to be a Pendulum variant. It's Pendulum monsters who teams up into units. So my guess with this, and if you guys want to speculate what they're going to be doing, if they're teaming up into units, my guess is it has to do something with having like multiple on board, almost like the 6 Samurais while you control another one, because they're in units. Maybe there's a specific squad of units that you need to control in order to activate these effects. Next new archetype is going to be called Labyrinth, but the exact spelling of it is not like confirmed, but it could be mixed with Labrys. There's a couple like Labyrite Dragon. I don't know if that's gonna have anything to do with it. It might be like the new waifu archetype. Definitely looks pretty cool. I like the artwork on this. But on top of that, they don't really show off the effects, by the way, of any. This is the new rune. This one is a mysterious radiance that bestows a variety of powers. Like I said, this one's gonna be some super boss archetype. They even mentioned where was it? They mentioned one of these to be okay. So this is apparently a boss monster. This Labyrinth, a boss monster who awaits at the end of the labyrinth. So I'm not even sure how we're going to interact with it. Maybe we have to like navigate to destroy these monsters, then we can attack this one. That's the only way I could think of it actually being a lab, unless you have to like somehow navigate through, which is actually in like the cross duel thing. It's kind of something for another video subject. But this is what the thing that I'm most interested in. It's apparently it's going to be composed of divine, with reading the kanji at least, and monumental tombstones. So what I'm guessing is it's supposed to be a bunch of the dead monsters reviving, because like I said, the claws and like the little things in the background definitely remind me of Trag. So it could be a bunch of the monsters that were super powerful back in the day. If any of you guys know what other artworks are on this, because this is definitely going to be some like revival, like it's like reviving some of these more powerful monsters, I think is what the translation should actually kind of read in a sense. And it's also divine plus secret. So maybe like secret rare cards. I don't know. I think this archetype has the most potential for like absolutely insane effects. But anyways, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on any of the newer cards that we talked about down below. For you guys want to speculate on these new archetypes coming out into the Tactical Masters, because I am really hyped up with this set. Actually, Dimension Force is actually looking pretty good too as well. But anyways, thanks for tuning, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new, make sure you guys subscribe, because we are going to be getting that other announcement for the Master Duel on the 8th, and I'll give you guys again the too long didn't watch variant of it. But take care. I'll catch you guys in the next vid. I'm out. Peace.